what's going on the YouTube? This is SEO0320 representing JVS. I'm back at again for a brand new anime TV review. The show, like I said, is one of my favorite animes. Even though it's mainstream, it has such good elements, such good imagery, plot, real world issues implemented into a virtual concept world, and it's just really one of my favorite shows, even the second season. So the next episodes that I'm going to be reviewing is going to be episode 13, which is called The Phantom Bullet. I realized that's the actual name. And then I think the one after that was named, I think, something to get over. What was it called? Oh no, it's A Small Step. So kicking off this episode, I thought it was really high stakes because, first of all, the end of the 12th episode, Kirito's getting the business. Like, Death Gun was not playing around. He was faster than him. Even like the way he described his freaking sword, it was really a small chance that he could really kill Kirito. And if he kills Kirito, then afterwards he even stated, I'm going to kill that girl, like with my gun, and she's gonna die. You have to sit there and just watch, you know. So it's not just Kirito. Even though Kirito wouldn't die in the real world, technically by him dying, he would let somebody else die, and so it's real world stakes. And like I said, like Death Gun was giving him the business, man. And I was sitting there watching Shino, kind of watching him, and like she was like worried about him, like what am I supposed to do, you know? And she was sitting there like worried, but then she was looking at him fighting, you know, and it was almost as though she realized that Kirito's not necessarily stronger than him, but he's gonna give it all he's got, you know. And just watching him, it inspired her, you know, to do what she has to do and like pick up the slack essentially. But Kirito, while this is all going on, he was like, I just gotta slow her down. I just gotta, not slow her down, but slow Death Gun down, because I think he was trying to leave an opening for Snow to really just drop him, you know, or at least get a fire on him. And then the whole entire time, also while this is going on, like his body in the real world is sweating and messed up. And Asuna, she has a really touching moment with Kirito's body. She's like, why you keep doing this? You know, why are you trying to do this on your own? And like her literally with Yuki, their daughter, you know, their virtual daughter on the phone, she's like, hold daddy's hand. I was like, oh wow, this is so sweet. And like Asuna's like, no, we're both going to hold his hand. Like, he's going to do this. He's going to win, you know. And they're sitting there just holding on. And while like Kirito is basically about to die, essentially, like it was one last stroke that was going straight towards, like, you know, his chest cavity. He was looking at Death Gun's eyes, and he realized, he's like, even though I didn't hear your name, you know, like I remember when we did a overview of the people that are part of Laughing Coffin, and I remember your red eyes. You had the same exact red eyes. And then eventually he said his name, Red-Eyed XaXa. And he's like, I know who you are. And then at that moment he realized that like Death Gun, he just kind of lost his leverage, because he's all about fear. He's all about the prestige of like the mystery of who he is, you know. And then it kind of like lost momentum. And then like at that moment that he missed, you know, like Kirito kind of had like a jump on him, because at that exact moment, Sinon had gotten the drop on him, got it straight at his head, and like he realized it, and he had to kind of like readjust. And so he fell back just enough that Kirito was moving in on him with a sword, but he's so fast, you know. And it's really good imagery, really beautifully shot, because Kirito knew that he was going to use that meta shield to kind of like go and disappear away. That's why he started laughing. And then like you see like him lunging with his one sword, and then you realize that Kirito's not pulled out his gun this whole entire time, you know. And so like he pulled out his other gun, and it looked like it was him dual wielding in the other world. And he pulled it out so fast, like he pulled it, but then he had his other sword ready to strike, and it just connected. And he's like, no, XaXa. And then like it was really cool. It was really cool. I really liked how they touched that off and ended it. Only thing that I regret is that they're leaving Gun Gale. Like I was like, why not, you know, progress this further? Because the realization is that there was a third Death Gun, you know. And that gets readjusted into the next episode. They talk about it more in the next episode, who this person is. But before that happens, the end of this episode, like they basically kind of like, oh wow, like I'm glad we won. Like I don't even know your name, you know, be careful going out. And like she told him her name, and he said his name, and they just kind of joked around like, okay, how are we gonna end this? You know, she just sort of threw the grenade in his hand, like, yeah, we're gonna do it together. And she just kind of laughs. It's so fun. I think it was funnier when I was listening to the subtitle version versus the dub version, but regardless, it's still the scene is really cool. And then Sonona got back to her place, and then from this point on, honestly, I feel like both of these episodes were just really one episode. They could have just been really 1 hour long episode, because from this point it just gets seriously scary. Like I really feel like I was frightened because she gets a knock at her door, and you find out it's Kyōji, like her friend that's kind of obsessed with her and liking her and all this kind of stuff, you know. And then he kind of just was like, I love you. And it's like, I've been waiting. Are you going to wait for me? Like, from now on, it's just going to be me and you. And I was just like, oh my God. This dude is the other death gun. And sure enough, he kind of tries to pin her down, and then he points this syringe at her side. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so scary. Because, I mean, he could do anything to her. Not only just sexually assault her, he could really kill her. And you could tell that he had some screws loose. But for the fact is that if that was the case, then he's been targeting her from the beginning, you know? And you find out in the next episode, like, why and all this kind of stuff. But it's just so serious of a situation that she receives into herself, you know? She's been doing this. She's been having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. This time she's just like, this guy's on top of me. I'm about to die. I don't know if he's going to do anything, you know, messed up to me. She's like, I just want to quit. And then the other part of herself, Synapsis, just like, no, like, just this once, we have to do something about this, because she remembers that Kirito said, like, I can go to your house and see how you're doing. She had said no, and that he was going to call, like, his friend to get the police over there, but she realized what kind of person that Kirito was, and so she kind of snapped out of it just in thinking about worrying about Kirito. And so she gets out of it and just runs and, you know, kind of defends herself and just fights back, trying to get to the door, and the dude's on top of her, and then all of a sudden breaks through the door. You realize it's freaking Kirito. And I was like, he needed to do to the face, like, get out of here. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like real like tension, because you don't know what is really gonna go down. Like this always be happening to Kirito, man. Somebody try to take him out with a knife after trying to, you know, sexually assault his girl or his wife. You know, now he got this girl, and it's just a dangerous situation. That's how that episode ends. I give that one a 10 out of 10. Like, just the build up and the draw for it was just amazing. And then the next episode was I think a small step, because it literally continues off of like Kirito need the guy in the face, and then they kind of progress through and start rumbling. But then the guy gets the upper hand, like starts kind of giving Kirito them blows. And I mean, crazy folks, man, you can't, you know, that's one thing. But he actually gets a syringe on his chest, and like Sonona watch, and she's just like, no. And she picks up this stereo, hits him on top of the head. It's weird though, because the sound effects for this one versus the sound effects for the sub version, it sounded a lot worse. It sounded like you literally got his skull cracked open. Versus with this one, it sounded like he just kind of just got hit with something. You know, it didn't seem as impactful. Nor did the situation of the vocals in this one. But regardless of the fact, it still was a really dangerous situation. So she was looking, and Kirito was holding his chest, and so she was like, I gotta see. And basically the electrode that he had for his heart monitor was still there, and that's where the syringe hit. No, it's a cop-out, but I'm like, dude, don't kill my hero, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really cool. And she just kind of breaks down, you know, and he's really just there trying to comfort her. And the guy's knocked out. He asks, is he dead? She checks his pulse, he's still alive. But one thing I'll say about this is that it shows that she is seriously grown from the front that we've known her to the point she is now. Like, and it's all because of her relationship with Kirito. Just kind of knowing him, you know, and the whole aspect of, even though you don't see somebody physically, you communicate with them, you talk with them, like they really can have an impact on your life for the better or for the worse. And so one thing I think I love about this progression of this series and just this whole entire thing is that regardless if it's virtual or real life, relationships do matter, and they do dictate who you can be more so than what you think you can be, you know. And I like that concept about this show, because progressively into this next 14th episode, she kind of gets this interaction with the bullies again. They kind of, you know, are pushing all at her, and she's kind of like, she's not having it, you know, like she's ready, you know. But one of them pull out this airsoft gun, which you think is a real gun, you know, like, and basically she kind of like starts getting the rush and anxiety. But then the girl, she realizes she can't shoot it. She doesn't know how to take the safety off. She takes the gun from her, pulls it, cocks it back, takes the safety off, points it at something, shoots it. Like, yeah, you really shouldn't use guns you don't know how to take care of. I was like, oh, that's a G move. And she kind of like goes to the side, and like she seemed so calm when she did it. But when she moved to the side, she was kind of like, just one step, you know. And then I think what's so interesting is that her relationship with Kirito, like, he went and visited her at her job, not her job, at her school, picks her up, everybody was like, is that your boyfriend? She didn't say no. And I think in the anime, like the version with the sub version, it's more implied that she treats him like as her boyfriend, like somebody that she really likes. And this one is kind of like subjective, that you can kind of see that there's something there, but she's not trying to go for it, you know, like either she's not ready or she's not trying to. So that's one thing I don't like about the dub versus what I like with this one, because it was like, okay, there's a real conflict here, you know. But even though it didn't make sense, I was like, I can tell the tension there. When he kind of takes her to the place he was going to take her, takes her to meet Asuna and her friend. I was like, he kind of didn't say, Asuna, yeah, that's my wife in the virtual world, that's my girlfriend. He just like, this is this person, this is this person. But what he does for her in bringing back the woman that was there when she shot the guy, the teller, and the woman basically was like, you don't understand, like, I should have told you this for years, but you saved my life. You saved the life of my daughter. Like, she would not be here without you, you know. And like, Kirito was kind of telling her, it's like, you've been feeling all this guilt, and that's fine, you know. You can let yourself feel that, but you should also feel the greatness of what you are, who you are. That should be a part of you as well. And you need to be able to embrace that so you can be able to kind of move forward, you know. And it's just such a beautiful scene, especially with the daughter. It's like, I love you and I thank you, and she just kind of breaks down. It was such a beautiful end to the Gun Gale arc. To be quite honest with you, like, it's one of my favorite arcs. I think that Ironclad and this one are definitely one of my favorites. I think the Fairy Tail arc was good. The one that takes place after this one in season 2, I think it was kind of like more so filler. The one after that, the Mother's Rosary, I'm debating just going straight to that as opposed to reviewing like the middle section. So in the comment section below, let me know if y'all think I should go and just keep going up until the Mother's Rosary, or you think I should, you know, skip that and go straight to the Mother's Rosary and watch those. Because like I said, I've watched it. I'm not really intrigued by that portion of it. I'd be more passionate about doing the Mother's Rosary because I really like how they adjusted to Asuna and the situation she's put in that one. But let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please leave a like. I'm not going to do any more because I really do feel really bad. You can probably tell it progressively in my voice, like I'm kind of losing my voice. So, but while I can do some videos, I was going to try to do some. You know, I'm just watching TV right now, trying to take some medicine and get better. But keep me lifted up in your prayers. Thanks everybody for watching. This is JVS SEL0320. It's my pleasure to be with y'all today. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care, everybody.